Living and working right next to the Arctic Circle means that we have to face challenges imposed by the weather conditions and the sparsely populated areas. Often, employees and students have to travel long distances in order to reach their education and training sites. In long term, this is not effective and neither sustainable. Digitalization of services has been the key to overcome these challenges and foster distance collaborations. At the Lapland University of Applied Sciences, we have utilized XR solutions to solve real-life problems. That's where we believe that virtual and augmented reality have their greatest potential. By utilizing AR, VR, we have developed cost-effective and sustainable solutions which do not require the learner to travel long distances in order to reach their education sites. Our approach to XR is not just business-driven, but rather problem-solution-driven, and the problems most often arise from the users. I'm really excited to introduce 5 unique use cases that we have worked with and developed here at the FrostBit Software Lab, which is the R&D unit of the Lapland University of Applied Sciences focusing on XR solutions, game and app development. FrostBit was established all the way back in 1999 as the first Finnish virtual reality programming laboratory. In 1999, the VR headset looked more like an alien spaceship on a human head. However, 21 years later, VR headsets are not just another tech tool, but a powerful solution to solve real-life problems. Our key application areas include rural industries and forestry, mining industry, healthcare, tourism, and mobility and transport. Our ability to combine different fields of expertise such as education, engineering, arts, and design has been the key to develop such a wide range and effective XR solutions. The first use case is the VR graveyard experience. As scary as it sounds, you can also have a virtual visit during the night as well. The VR graveyard experience represents the German soldiers' cemetery located in the town of Salla, in the border area between Finland and Russia. The graveyard is difficult to be accessed since you either need a visa to Russia or you need to go through the border control to reach the graveyard. Our team went there, we took 360 pictures and videos, and we created a VR environment which offers an authentic visit to the graveyard. We also created a customized control to make the user experience easier, and we got rid of the classic VR controllers. In the VR environment, the user can, for example, activate the silhouettes representing the number of the buried soldiers. They can place candles in the VR environment, and they can also read the names of the buried soldiers in the gravestones. The second use case is about the potential of digital twins in renewable energy production. It is an ongoing project which aims at promoting the renewable energy sources and the business around it in the Lapland region. In practice, Duke is a digital twin representation of the district heating power plant, as you can see in this alpha footage. And the reason why we are making a digital twin is because it's an easier way to educate the operators for the new prototype Arena kettle, which uses renewable energy fuel to heat up the water, which is then pumped into the district heating system. By creating a digital twin, we eliminate the need for the operators to travel for education. Moreover, it is very impractical to travel on the sites since the power plant is hot, loud, and compact. We used Blender to create the 3D models, and we created the textures with Substance Painter, and all of this will then be exported to Unity. In this case, we used Unity for its powerful real-time renderer, and in the near future, our project engineers will create the physical attributes of the virtual models, which will interact in the same way as they do in real life. The Duke project represents a classical problem-solving VR solution where we make the education more accessible to the learners, and then we enable to practice sophisticated real-life scenarios in a safe environment which allow for errors. The third use case of the Reindeer Slaughterhouse is part of the project short for Reindeer Pedagogy. The VR environment aims at improving the current practices in the reindeer slaughterhouse, such as safety guidelines and animal protection, since reindeer herding is a traditional field in Lapland. It is an ongoing project which will simulate a real reindeer slaughterhouse experience. The environment takes into account all the details as in reality, by especially focusing on safety issues and animal protection views. The reason we made a reindeer slaughterhouse, it's because it's a more cost-efficient way to train the users, but also to make the education more accessible. It's a great way to get people from the traditional field with minimal technological adaptation to work together with new technologies and encourage young people to practice for the field digitally. The fourth use case of the virtual forest is not a VR environment yet, but in the making. This use case highlights the importance of reusing digital assets and building on top of each project rather than starting something from scratch. The virtual forest, which is developed at the FrostBit software lab, is a computer visualization which is used in forestry planning and wood supply in regional and national level in Finland. The virtual forest uses quantum geographical information system to generate changes in forest data. The visualization creates terrain shapes, trees, vegetation, waters, rocks, and rocklands, as well as felling areas. The user of the environment can move around either by foot or in the air and view the generated changes of the land, as well as information about regional trees and changes of wood growth. In cooperation with John Deere, the leading manufacturer of forestry machines, we started a new project about forestry machine simulation and training, in which we will utilize the digital assets from the virtual forest and also combine a motion platform on it. In the final use case, we'll explore how we have utilized immersive technologies in education and safety of the mining industry, since it's a very significant sector for Finland and especially for Lapland. MIGAEL, it's a mining game project for education and learning which aims at increasing the awareness and attractiveness of the mining industry, especially to young students. This is done by creating diverse mining game VR scenarios. These scenarios aims at creating realistic exercises at open pit mine and mining tunnel, which will mostly focus on safety issues in the mining industry. Currently, we have finalized 3 game scenarios, and there will be at least a double more to finalize until the end of the project. The entity of MIGAEL can be described as a virtual, playable 3D mining environment that can be used in all levels of education for the industry, as well as in training, orientation, and retraining of those already working in the industry. In this project, our aim is to make the training and simulation as accessible as possible to the learners, as well as giving them the opportunity to practice challenging real-life and dangerous scenarios in a safe environment. Currently, we are working on a bunch of interesting projects, such as winter testing and simulation of the autonomous vehicles, VR tourism experiences, and XR healthcare simulations. In healthcare simulations, we are aiming at creating an EU-wide consortium which will produce cutting-edge VR/AR healthcare simulations. The consortium includes companies and universities from Finland, Sweden, and Belgium, and is still on the planning phase. We are looking for additional partners which might fit with the consortium aims of the project plan. So in case this is suitable for you, let's discuss this further. Our funding comes mainly from national and international EU projects, roughly 90%, whereas 10% of the funding comes from B2B sales. To wrap up, I would emphasize that multidisciplinary collaboration is essential to create meaningful XR solutions which can create impact in the society. From the point of view of university, I would highlight that close collaboration with local SMEs is essential for impactful XR solutions. Finally, Lapland offers incredible opportunities for XR investor and partnerships, so please keep that in mind as well. In case that you would like to discuss further or you have any suggestion or comments, please feel free to send me a message. Thank you very much and greetings from the Arctic Circle.